So here we go, about to set off to DGR.
So made it to this year's DGR, different venue than it was last year, but loads of great turnout.
Unlike last year, my bike is parked in the corner, gutted. With that being said, I'm here for the event, I'm here for the causes, so let's just go see what this year's DGR has to offer. So there's quite a lot of Harleys there this year. As you can see, they were helping marshal the event, which again the organisers were extremely grateful for. So an awful lot of Harleys there this year. Very, very loud, very, very big, but some absolutely amazing machines. Still people rolling in. Did get there reasonably early, about half an hour after the doors opened. Hence my bike's parked way in the back, quite close to the front. There's actually a fair bit of sports bikes there as well this year, but again they're there to support the cause and we're welcomed with open arms. And just see later on in the video, I'm following a guy on a monkey bike for a fairly long time. He has some great stories on the day, so hopefully they come across later on in the video. So as I mentioned earlier before in the video, it's our new venue this year. It's actually Ger Football Club, which was different to where it was last year, but again turnout was absolutely fantastic. And with that being said, it's time to get into the ride, which is also the first time that I used my trip machine tail tank bag, and I must say absolutely loved the part, and it was great to have on the bike a little bit of storage. Shots of people leaving, and I had to wait a little bit for my turn at this point. So as you can imagine, very, very loud, different to my bike from last year with the down and out pipes on it now. I kind of matched everyone in terms of volume, which was pleasing after last year. Been taking the mickey out of a little bit because of my standard exhaust. If you can just see me there in shot, riding out. Again, there was a few little bottlenecks as we started the ride, just because we had to get through housing estate to get onto the main roads. But again, give my bike specifically a bit of time to warm up after putting in the new oil, a heavier weight. So just a little bit on that, just on this part of the video, decided to go for a different weighted oil just purely because the engine's running a little bit hotter, and again Joe and myself figured that with the mod that I've made, the oil might just be getting a little bit too thin at those higher temperatures. So we decided then to put in thicker oil, and actually the light has not come on since, which is really, really pleasing for me. But with that being said, the bike is going to go into a shop later on in the year just to make sure there's nothing underlying and I'm not masking an issue with that one. But so far so good, and the light didn't come on once on the way there, during the ride, or on the way back. So thanks very much, Joe, over at the Wurks. If you haven't done so already, please go check them out and give them some love and support, because I wouldn't have been at this DGR without their help. So we're just riding through Garforth city centre, and I must say the turnout this year from the people on the streets was really quite a sight to see. They were, clapping, cheering, the videos were out. It was really, really good. So I'm going to show it for a little bit and see whether this comes across on film. bag's still on. Yeah, not moved an inch. So in this year's ride, I actually had a lot of more interaction I did the first year with fellow riders and members of the public. So this guy was just asking how many bikers were out, and I actually didn't have a clue at this point, so it was a bit of a guesstimate. At this point in the video, I'd just like to reach out to anyone that is watching that did sponsor me for this year's ride. Thank you very, very, very much. So it's made a difference to all the causes that the DGR supports. So very, very appreciative for me personally, and as well as everyone else that attended the event. There was some unreal amounts of money raised this year. So again, if you are watching and you did attend the Leeds Garth event, again, thank you very, very much. It was such a pleasure to be part of this ride this year. Even though this is a DGR video, I am looking into getting a mic set up, so while I'm riding I won't need to do any more voiceovers, but for the time being I'm just going to give you a little bit of a heads up into what's going to happen with the channel going forward. So it was all building up really to this series, the DGR series, and after this there isn't much planned until NC 500. So the plan for the channel actually is to do no more bike mods between now and the winter, but in the winter time I'm actually planning to make a few more modifications to the bike. So between now and then there's going to be lots more rides out, planning also to go over to the lakes in the next few weeks and take a stab at Hard Knock Pass as well as Rhinos Pass as well. So again, a bit of a challenging ride, a bit of a distance from where I live, but again I've seen a few other people do it and it's something that I'm interested to push myself and just become a lot better rider. I've also recently discovered a place called The Motorist near Sherburn, and that, even though it's a car place, looks like it accepts bikers, and it's an absolutely amazing venue. So I'm actually planning the next video to drop will be The Motorist and doing a bit of a review for that one. So again, if you are passing through the area or you live locally in the area, then yeah, The Motorist for me is definitely a place to be checking out. So a bit of a spoiler alert, but again, I'm being truly transparent with you here. I want to make content again that I would be pleased to watch, and yeah, if you're going to stick around for that, brilliant, but if not, I do appreciate you watching the video so far, liking, subscribing and all that jazz. So at this point in the video, you'll be pleased to know that there'll be no more voiceover. I actually managed to pick up some conversations I had with some of my fellow riders, and again, there's the monkey bike I mentioned in the early stages of the video, and again, the guy to my right there on that sports bike, absolutely amazing guy to meet, and some of his friends as well that he was riding with.
Don't take us on any stupid fast routes, because hardly any of us have got protection, and then next minute, faulty.
Yeah, I think when I came last year, I did the same as you, and I was freezing.
Well, I did York last year.
Oh, did you?
And like that, that's not married with you. Not married with you. Rob.
Oh, got easy for a bit. Well, this is the guy who's doing the front of the all the time, he's brilliant. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to make it. I'm going to have to take it.
Oh, yeah,
Which idiot goes down fucking legit lane to world's shortest track?
How was it for you?
So this is Don, who I met at last year's and DGR. Such a great guy. Never, a bad thing to say about anything. Just looks on the bright side of life. He's got his L plates. He's riding a 125 mutt. He's adamant he's going to get his big bike test done next year. But nevertheless, mate, you absolutely rocked it. Pleasure to meet you, and hopefully we keep in touch over the year. And I'll see you next year.
It's not me, it's him. Every time you think you can hear
Is that what it was it?
Yeah. Sometimes it's me.
Yeah, sometimes I thought, I'm on my own, and then I heard a rev, and I thought, oh no, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm alright. That sounds...
And the whole reason for that was I was mentioning one of those bikes sounded absolutely amazing. So after all that, it was time to head back. One of the local motorbike shops actually opened up his doors for us for toilets, and obviously to look at some of the retro bikes that he's got in there at the moment. So again, very, very appreciative of that. There was some people fretting about him having to make this U-turn, but thankfully everyone made it through unscathed, including myself. So I'm about to have a little chat here to say he absolutely scared the living daylights out of me, as I thought he whizzed past me on his bike, but it was actually one of the marshals going ahead to do the road closure for the rest of us. the video is now drawing to a close, I want to thank every single one of you that have watched so far, that comment, that like, have subscribed, and been really interactive with me on all my social media platforms. It really does mean a lot, and actually gives me the drive to continue making videos as there's still people interacting with the content. So again, thank you very much. I'm going to leave you with that now, but you'll see me now riding back to the event and then a little bit of a closing statement. But if you made it this far, again, I really do appreciate you. Thank you. That's a wrap. DGR 2025 Leeds Garforth done.
So back, DGR was a success. Again, can't thank Joe and Emily enough for getting the bike ready, because I wouldn't know what I've done if you wouldn't have helped me get this bike sorted out. So thanks very much, Joe and Emily.